Awesome. Thank you, Sharon, for inviting us to speak to your photography class today. We're super excited because this is what we do. We love speaking to all types of creative entrepreneurs on the power of growing your business online, and especially with YouTube. We're full-time YouTubers, full-time creatives ourselves, and YouTube has really become this vehicle that filters into our business in many different ways, and we're going to talk about that. So I'll start off with 2 takeaways for you. So this is what we want you to get out of this presentation, is knowing that YouTube is a leveraged way of marketing your work, as well as monetizing your talents. And it all comes with building a community around what you do. And in this presentation, we're going to share 5 specific strategies for how you can monetize a YouTube channel, but also how you can get that audience, you know, all your viewers and subscribers, and build a YouTube channel as well. So actionable steps for growing your audience as well as turning them into customers. So yeah, let's get started. So this is our YouTube channel here. Our YouTube channel is called Essetino Artists. Essetino is a combination of our last names because we thought that would be cool in 2010. So that's what we ended up going with. We launched this in 2015. We met in high school, by the way. So
we're best friends from high school, known each other since we were 12, 13 years old.
Yeah.
Arit was supposed to become a doctor. I was supposed to become a nurse. Somewhere along the way, we discovered entrepreneurship and we started our first business in 2010. Where YouTube comes into play is I actually signed up for the YouTube account in 2011, but didn't really do anything with it. And at the time, there was a lot of cat videos and a lot of really silly videos, and it wasn't really a platform where people could learn a bunch of stuff. So from 2011 until 2015, we had just been uploading videos randomly and sporadically, different tutorial type videos, because at the time we were in social media, we were doing marketing. And so I would upload a Facebook tutorial here and there. And then we got to 2015. And at the time when you have initial subscribers on YouTube, you get an email every single time someone subscribes. And I would notice that we would get 1 or 2 new subscribers every week back in 2015. And that blew my mind because we were barely even trying on YouTube. And so when we got to around 300 something subscribers, I said to Arit, hey, you know, we have like 300 something subscribers. What if we actually tried on YouTube? Because it seems like people are really liking our teaching style. We would get comments all the time of people requesting more tutorials on that specific topic that we were talking about. They would comment on our teaching style, and we would just got all this positive reinforcement. And so at that point, when we decided, we started uploading more. And then we got to 700 subscribers when we got an email from YouTube. So at the time, YouTube was doing this sort of mentorship program with really new YouTube channels. And they offered us a 3-call mentorship. The calls were about half an hour. And we were assigned someone from YouTube, and they were kind of like coaching us for these 3 calls. And what came out of that was that, you know, the person that we were speaking to said that we need to have consistency, and we need to upload on the same day and time. And if you have different subjects, try and put them on different days. And so we took that advice and we ran with it. And we went full blown. We went Monday to Thursday. Each day was a different topic.
You don't have to upload it that many times. We'll talk more specifically about the strategy and what exactly they shared with us that allowed us to grow our channel. But that's just what we wanted to do. You know, we doubled down on everything because we saw that it worked.
And so we got to our first 1,000 subscribers, and then.
But what were you talking about when you just started? You said you just did this for the fun, and so what was?
Yeah,
Yeah,
So we were doing
Wow.
tutorial videos on, so whatever I learned at the time, and like this was back when Facebook had the vertical banners. I'm not sure if any of you guys remember, but before the horizontal banner at the top, which it is now, they had these very thin vertical banners on the left-hand side. And I was doing tutorials on that. I figured that, you know, if I learned something that I could put it on YouTube and teach someone else. Because what sparked my interest in tutorials was I was trying to figure out something to do with social media. But a lot of the tutorials at the time, they were horrible. Like they would just blast rock music and then pull out a notepad and type out the instructions without no one speaking. It's just this loud music and then someone typing. And so I'm like, I thought to myself, I can do a better tutorial than this. And so that's what kind of sparked the whole tutorials type channel, and we became a resource channel.
It all came from, you know, our story is like, we were supposed to go into these traditional careers, but we felt, and we discovered this in parallel after high school, is that this is not our true passion. Like we're in our own ways, we're multi-passionate creatives. Like I'm a performing artist as well. I love music, my heart is in that, but I also love writing and designing, and Jules really great with video creation and content creation. And so, you know, we were kind of like realizing this in parallel, and we had to learn everything ourselves in terms of how to get ourselves out there, how to get people to notice us, that, you know, how do I let people know that I sing? How do I share my music with other people? How do people discover me, and what I have to offer? That's the thing, that's the issue here. It's not about whether you have the talent or not, it's about how to get that attention. It's a problem that's a lack of attention. So YouTube was really that vehicle that, you know, exploded everything for us in terms of, you know, we want to help other creative entrepreneurs based on what we've learned on how to market ourselves. And that led to so many cool things. Like, it's not just the fact that it was exposure for our own business, but it was leverage in so many different ways. One of the ways is that it really sets you up as an authority figure. It sets you up as an authority. You have more credibility in a sense. Something weird happens when you tell people that you're on YouTube and you have a YouTube channel. It's like you're a show, like your own TV show host. They really admire it. They love that you're putting yourself out there and sharing your journey and your story with other people. And that's led to a lot of cool opportunities like this, like Seth Godin over here, and Danielle Laporte and Evan Carmichael. These are all big names in the online entrepreneurial world, and people that we look up to. And just because we have, you know, we were continuously putting ourselves out there as a resource for people on our YouTube channel, we were able to connect with these people. And, you know, I did an interview with Danielle Laporte on my channel, same with Evan Carmichael, as well, and you get to learn from them. So in photography, it could be, you know, you collaborate with other influencers also who have their own photography YouTube channels, and you share each other's audiences that way. Massive leverage, huge. And, you know, great opportunity for you as well in terms of credibility and post, you know, getting a testimonial or review from them and putting that on your website and that sort of thing. Another cool thing is that it gives you the freedom, because we'll go into more detail about this, but YouTube is kind of like an incubator where you're getting traffic from YouTube, and all you have to do is feed this channel and it will feed you back into your website. So that freedom, you know, we're working a lot smarter rather than in the beginning. It was a lot of hustling, a lot of, you know, a lot more hours of work in terms of trying to be everywhere at once, trying to post on Instagram, Facebook, and, you know, all of these platforms. And it's allowed us to travel more and document our journeys as well, which is a type of content that you can post on YouTube, is just sharing your own travels. You know, if you're specifically, you're taking landscapes and all this kind of thing, like document that journey, do vlogs on it, share it with people, because this is the thing, is that YouTube is It's for brand awareness. People get to know you. Once they know, like, and trust you, that's when they buy from you. So getting personal rather than just pushing your content on them, you're actually magnetizing them to you. I also started a YouTube channel for my music. And back when, like, I didn't have anything, like I didn't even release my first album, but YouTube was something that I started, and it actually pushed me to create more. Like, I was accountable to creating more music, posting it on my YouTube channel. Other people in the music industry would see this, and it really allowed me to connect with people who I ended up working with on releasing my first album, actually going on a national tour across Canada, which is what you see over there, connecting with other artists, creating my first music video. So it's crazy. You don't know what it's going to trickle to. That's the exciting piece of it. And you know, your work is just to, like I said, feed the channel, create the content, which we'll talk more about what that looks like.
Can we head back to a slide for a second?
Yeah.
Going back here, I just wanted to say that this was this past October, and you know, our YouTube channel has allowed us to do the fun adventures that we like to do. The top left there was in Israel. We were riding the camels. I specifically wanted to check out the camels in the deserts of Israel. Here is where we saw Stonehenge. I have always wanted to see Stonehenge, and over here is in the Netherlands when we rented some motorcycles and traveled around and saw the windmills, the famous windmills. So it's really cool. You don't know what the opportunities that a YouTube channel can give you. And it's been an amazing adventure since 2015. And that's why we love sharing this with people who are also interested in YouTube, because like we didn't know half this stuff would happen from our channel. And that's why we're doing this presentation, to hopefully inspire you guys to take action on it, because being on YouTube is like everyone else has all the social medias. Like you can be on Twitter, you can be on Instagram, you can be on Facebook, but not a lot of people are on YouTube because it has to do with video, and people are afraid of being on video.
Yeah, you're a lot more vulnerable.
But when you can pass that, like you put yourself in a level that not many people are in, and it makes you stand out so much more.
Yeah, and that's what we ended up doing, you know, when we were first starting out, trying to figure out how do we get people to see what we do and what we offer, because we were trying to promote on all of these different platforms, throwing up posts on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, here and there randomly. And because of that, we were spreading ourselves so thin and not really having a focused content strategy that we were able to execute on all of those platforms. If you have the resources for that, if you have a team that is helping you, that's amazing. That's great. That you should be like everywhere at once if you can. But you know, we didn't have the resources at that time to do that. So when we saw YouTube start working for us, you know, getting those comments, it wasn't so much the views, even though we were starting, we saw those views come in, but it was the feedback. It was people saying that they love our work and they want more, and they want, you know, we provided them value. They're like, thank you so much for this video. That is the key to us seeing that this was really working. And because, you know, we didn't really see that on other platforms. So that's why we're like, okay, let's just focus on YouTube. Let's simplify to really see this amplify. And that's a key, you know, a key strategy that was taught to me by a mentor, is just really focus in on one thing, have a system, you know, get the system down of making it work on its own. Once you actually get that to work on its own, then you can shift over here to Facebook and start growing that, or here to Twitter and start growing that if you want to, depending on your strategy. To be honest, we mainly use YouTube as our marketing strategy, but we're still present on Facebook and Instagram. So here we go. Why YouTube for photography? The biggest issue for many photographers, or any creative entrepreneur for that matter, isn't a lack of talent. It's getting people to know about you, to see your work, and buy from you. And it's cutting through all of the noise of what's already online and, you know, everybody else's work that they're throwing up there, and, you know, being discovered by potential fans and customers of your work. So part of this whole thing is that this is what social media marketing is relationship building. And what better way to build a relationship with your audience than with video? Because that's, you know, it's almost like you're there. They get to know your personality by the way you speak. It's not a perfectly crafted caption or anything like that. It's just you. It's the realness of you. And people connect with people. It's not so much about finding your product or service anymore as it is about connecting with your brand and what you stand for. So this is why, you know, YouTube gives you leverage in so many different ways. Number one is that it leverages your time. If you think to how, you know, what is the life cycle of a post that you did on Instagram, for example? How many views and likes and comments did you get on that post, you know, a week ago or a month ago? Is that still increasing? It usually has a lifetime of about 48 hours. Maybe if it gets picked up by a certain hashtag, you might still see more likes and comments come in. But a post that you did a week ago or a month ago probably isn't still getting traction. With YouTube, it's different. It has a longer shelf life. People are always searching. Like, YouTube is one of the biggest search engines, right? And it's also connected. Google owns YouTube. So if people are searching on Google, those videos will come up from YouTube on the first page of results. And so people are constantly still searching, and we get views on videos that, you know,
we
from
have
2016.
We still get comments,
like
yeah, from people that have watched a tutorial from 2015, 2016, and they'll be like, still relevant in 2020. And I'm like, whoa, when was that video? Like, that was a long time. And so that's why we love YouTube so much, is because especially when you're doing these kinds of videos, they live forever, as long as YouTube's still around, as long as you make it searchable. That's another factor that we're going to talk about. But yeah, how long does a tweet last? Like a minute? Like on Instagram, like I'm following so many people that when you just refresh, it's gone already. Like it doesn't last very long.
Yeah, your videos will continue to be found even long after it's posted.
I have a question.
Yeah, go for it.
What is the good length for a video on YouTube, or is there? Like,
everybody always asks that question.
Yeah.
And the answer to that is the length of a video is you want to make sure that however long it takes to get your point across without putting in the fluff or whatever. Give you a good example. We have this Etsy video where Arit was going through the payment terms,
the cost of selling on Etsy.
Yeah. And it's about a 20-minute long video of her writing on paint. It's not a very beautiful type video. It's literally just her explaining things. It can be considered dry, but she gets to the point and people love that video. It's one of our best videos, and it's 20 minutes long. But then we also have videos that are less than 5 minutes long. So there is no specific length. It's if you're delivering full value, if you're not, you know, putting in the fluff and you're just rambling on, then that's how long it needs to be. So there is no time limit. I will say that YouTube is moving towards a longer form of content. If you are a YouTube watcher, you'll notice that people are putting videos that are like hours long, documentary style, movies, you know, vlogs that are like 30 minutes long. So it's moving towards that. But again, it depends on the content that you're doing. And yeah, there's no.
I was curious because I record my I do weekly free Zoom sessions.
Yeah.
And they're an hour long, sometimes a little more, sometimes a little less, but overall they average about an hour. And I post them all on YouTube. I'm sure I'm not tagging them properly, but I'll learn how to do that today.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's the thing is like however long, as long as you're engaging with your audience throughout the entire thing, you're providing value throughout the entire thing, then that's all that matters. If you're doing all fluff for like 50 minutes and then only get to the point within the last hour, then that's, people are going to drop off. So, I mean, the culture on other platforms is different. TikTok is like really fast videos, right? It's different, but YouTube, people come to with the
intent
of learning,
of being on there for a bit. And if you are doing a teaching style, it like people would put that on while doing something like cooking or doing some sort of prep. I do that all the time. I actually look for longer videos personally because I do enjoy the long form content.
Oh, really? Because I just don't have patience. Sometimes I even speed it up to 1.5 times or 1:25. Just, okay, come on, get to the point. Stop talking.
Yeah, I guess it really depends.
It depends on the type of content. Like if it's a podcast or something that you're expecting to be long and you're listening into, then it's different, rather than how to solve a quick problem, how to change your name on Facebook or something, right? So it really depends on the content. So we already talked about leveraging the fact that it can leverage your credibility. It gives you a leg up on your competitors too, because you guys are in photography. So if you think about it, most of the photographers that are promoting online, they're on Instagram, they're on other platforms, because that makes sense, right? You're posting your images on Instagram. Instagram is that kind of platform. But you can really breathe life into your work and into your portfolio if you do a video sharing a story behind a certain image that you crafted.
Or how you got that shot.
Yeah, what inspired you to do that? What is the thinking behind certain decisions that you made on how to work that image? Even sharing your story, all these kinds of things that breathe so much more value and life into your portfolio in comparison to just someone coming on your website and just seeing your images. Totally different experience. And that's why YouTube is that kind of incubator, which warms up people to you, to who you are, to your brand, and then from there, bringing them to your website to actually make a purchase. And yeah, so also leverage on yourself, because every single video that you put out there with, they're having a longer shelf life as well, still being searched in the search engines, they're acting as their own sales and marketing teams. Like each little video is its own little marketing or salesperson for you, grabbing someone from the search and bringing people back into your world. So this is what we touched upon here is this incubator that I wanted to illustrate, is that, sending traffic directly from wherever to your website, you got to warm them up first. They have to get to know more about you and who you are. So we're going to look at in this presentation, that first bit there is how do you grow your channel, right? How do you get those views, that people, that traffic? How do you get in front of that traffic with your videos? And then in the second half, we'll look at the YouTube channel to your website piece. Any questions at this point so far?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead, Vanessa. Go ahead.
Sure. Okay. So I just had a question when you were talking about the shorter versus longer video that Sharon asked about.
Yeah.
If you had a shorter video, would you think about putting that on Instagram TV versus YouTube, or you just put, you guys, I know you guys are mostly YouTube, but what do you guys think about that?
So I put them on both, and yeah, we do certain videos we choose to put on our IGTV. We don't put all of our videos, but yeah, I know that there are people who put both, because when you upload on IGTV on desktop, you can put a video that's up to an hour long, and it doesn't have to be vertical. So yeah, I would do both if you can.
Cool, thanks.
I didn't even know you could do that. Like so wait, IGTV is Instagram TV?
Yeah.
So it's longer than, so it's not a story?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, you can
You
put
can
up
post longer
to an
videos.
hour-long video, like a horizontal style, like on
Yeah,
YouTube.
yeah.
But it has to be done through desktop, like computer. They won't let you do that through mobile. But yeah, like we've been putting videos
We
that are.
repurpose our content.
But I didn't think you could upload an Instagram through a desktop, only through your phone.
You
You
can.
can.
They changed it
Oh,
recently.
they just changed it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good
Yeah,
to
just
know.
go to your Instagram on desktop
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then sign in, and then there's a tab for IGTV, and you can just upload it.
Okay. So wait, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Wait, Vanessa, did you get your answer?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
good.
So how do you decide which content to put on YouTube and which on Instagram?
It's because our channel is very educational based, and we'll have all types of different tutorials. Like all of our content is basically under the umbrella of making money online, marketing, and mindset stuff for creative entrepreneurs. And going even deeper into that, we might have a very specific tutorial on how to, create a Facebook group, or different things like that for social media tutorials. So for something super specific like that, that's not something that I would post on my Instagram. It's just a very technical thing that might not be for my specific audience on Instagram. YouTube is like our how-to library, our own Instagram. It depends how you set up your Instagram, but for me, it's more personal. It's like I'll do posts about what I'm doing in the day. I'll do posts about my music, about this, like how I'm doing a presentation today.
Yeah.
So it's more like that.
Because I use my Instagram as a portfolio. Because a lot of people say, okay, what kind of photographer are you? What do you do? And then they look you up on Instagram. So they don't want to see photos of you having fun. They want to see photos of your work. So
if you have your Instagram set up for mostly your portfolio, then what IGTVs would be good for you to upload is like the story behind certain photos.
Images, yeah.
Yes, exactly.
How did you get that shot? Yeah.
Okay, and the vision maybe behind creating them, and maybe some post-processing screen captures.
Giving more depth to you as a photographer, and someone maybe liking your energy and wanting to hire you or take a class from you, that type of thing.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Awesome.
Okay.
Oh, Adele, I saw you unmute your mic.
Yeah, I'm trying to, let's see. Here we go. Hi. I was just wondering, when you create your YouTubes, do you edit it, or you just put it up as is?
So we do edit all of our videos. When we're doing live stream, there is no editing, so it's all live.
Right.
So we don't edit those ones. But for the most part, yeah, we do film, edit, and upload our videos. But there are other channels that they just do one take and that's good, or they only do live streams. There's many different ways to do your channel.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like our editing is quite simple, to be honest. Maybe if you were like a videographer, that's like your thing, then yeah, you want to do full production kind of stuff. But for us, it's mainly us speaking in front of a webcam like this. We have our USB mic, super simple setup. And we're just talking and recording it. And then that footage gets put into the editing software. We just might cut out any dead air, and then it gets rendered as a video for YouTube. So we have people who we've taught, because we do one-on-one mentoring with actually helping people start and create a YouTube channel, grow a YouTube channel. And we have people who just like, they don't want to deal with editing at all. So they'll just sit in front of the camera, speak, like they'll prepare everything ahead of time, speak, and then, hit start, and at the end hit end, and then that's it. Because they don't want to deal with it.
Or they'll just do live streams, and that's like, you don't even need to upload it after. When you click end, it's already done. It's already up there.
So it's different workarounds.
What kind of, sorry.
Oh, go ahead. Thank you.
What kind of editing software do you use to edit YouTube videos?
So we've been using Camtasia. It's in the middle. It's not like, you know, Adobe Premiere Pro where you edit movies on that. A lot of online instructors, online teachers, a lot of entrepreneurs use Camtasia, and sort of the middle ground. It's very user friendly to use. If you can use Photoshop, then you can use Camtasia.
Yeah, Vanessa, I use Camtasia too. It's very user friendly. They have very good instructions as well on how to use it.
Yeah, we have like, I don't know, over 150, maybe more, Camtasia tutorials, video editing tutorials on our channel, because that's one of the themes of our days is content creation. So we have a ton of tutorials on there. Jewel also created a full 9-hour class, online course on it. And what we like most about it is that, you know, especially if you're wanting to show a bunch of images on your screen, for example, it's a screen capture. So it'll record your screen as well as the footage coming from the webcam. And once you're done recording, that footage from the screen and the webcam all goes into the software at once.
So it's like a 2-in-1. It's a screencast recorder and a video editor.
Yeah, so you don't have to do those pieces separately, which is what we really like.
Cool. Thanks.
Yeah.
Cameron, Carmen, I can see you as a YouTube star now. You're there nodding.
Maybe soon.
Yeah,
in the next month. Give it a month.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll move on. I'll stop again for questions soon.
Okay.
Just kind of collapse this. Okay, cool. All right. So let's get into some strategies. So here's the first bit is how do you grow your YouTube channel? So we have tutorials and everything on simply setting it up, like starting your YouTube channel. That's easy. You can look that up. But how do you actually get people to view your videos and subscribe to your channel and start to build a community on YouTube? So this is the key, the number one thing here, and this is what was also taught to us from YouTube, is having a consistent and frequent publishing schedule. So what does that mean? So identifying how many videos realistically you want to release on your channel a week. And we recommend at least one video a week. You don't have to go crazy like we're doing Monday to Friday daily videos, but that's not needed. Like people have a lot of success with just doing one video a week, even one video every 2 weeks. What the key here is whatever's realistic with your schedule, because it's easy to add on an extra day in the week if you want to do that, but it will hurt you if you remove and you don't show up for that specific day when you said you would release a video.
Think of like, you know, your favorite TV show, and I know everything is like Netflix and streaming right now, but back when, you know, your favorite show would come on at 8 p.m. on Friday, and you would sit in front of the couch and that show would come on. And if it didn't, you'd probably be mad. So that's kind of like the same thing, is you want to create this consistent and frequent schedule so that people know when to tune in. For us, we publish videos Monday to Friday at 5 a.m. PST. Now, before all this stuff happened with coronavirus, we specifically chose 5 a.m. PST because we wanted to catch people before they were going to work, and then kind of when they were at work onwards. And so that's why we chose that time frame.
And also the East and West Coast too.
But then when all this happened in March, we pretty much blew that schedule out of the water and started uploading at all different times of the day, because there was a huge influx of viewership onto YouTube, and our stats went through the roof. So we started experimenting and started uploading at different times of the day to catch the different time zones in the world.
Yeah, so it really, you know, in terms of what time to release your video, you can start off with something like a morning time. It's what we usually recommend. But once you start to see more analytics and stats about when people are actually watching your videos, you can adjust that schedule accordingly. But first, decide how many videos can I really realistically release. And then if you have multiple days, like let's say you want to release a video on Wednesday and Friday, you're going to do 2 a week, then have a theme, have different themes for those days. Maybe Wednesdays is just like all you're talking about is like your stories behind your images. You know, you're going through your portfolio. Like one video is you talking about one image. And then maybe Fridays is more of like the how-to stuff or the gear that you want to talk about, and you know, how you do this on Photoshop and that kind of thing. Having those themes really helps, especially when you're releasing different types of content, because certain people will come to your channel for those certain types of content. And so when you start to organize your content like that, you can also create playlists as well. And people can dive deeper into, like, they can binge on all of your story videos or all of your gear videos and that kind of thing. So the whole way that we're able to consistently produce videos is by batching your production. So you don't want to be in a situation, because it's not fun, scrambling last minute to get a video up Tuesday night or get a video scheduled on Tuesday because you have to release it Wednesday morning. That is not sustainable, and you're not going to be having any fun. It's going to be super stressful. So what we do is we always plan our content ahead of time. The key is to keep one step ahead of yourself all the time. So have a brainstorming session with yourself, list a bunch of video ideas that you have, and actually have a resource for you as well, a free resource I'll talk about at the end, which you can download. Do that, you know, batch that idea, that brainstorm for video ideas. Then you'll have a day where you just film a bunch of videos, and it depends on you how long, you know, or how many videos you want to film at once. For me, like, my max is four videos. I can't really do more than that, but try to get, you know, as much as you can, because then if you're releasing, you know, one every week or so, that sets you up for a whole month, and you just did all the filming in one day. So batching that kind of production like that is what's really going to help you stay consistent, because this is really the foundation. Thumbnails, live streaming, all that kind of extra stuff that comes with YouTube does not matter if you don't have this down. It's really sticking with a consistent schedule.
I have a question.
Yep. Yes.
I'm a huge junkie of podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
So I know what you mean about waiting for my favorite show to release their weekly podcast.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes I notice that when the podcaster is on vacation, they broadcast once from the archives. Like they kind of have repeats. And they would even do that with TV shows. They would
like a rerun?
Rerun, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you do that on YouTube? Can you take something that maybe you loaded up, say, 5 years ago, and because you always have a new audience and you always have new people looking, and they might not kind of dive through your archives and go through it, and you just want to freshen up things, and like maybe there was one that was very successful. You just want to show them that again.
You could. I have seen some vloggers do that kind of thing where they pull some really old footage. Yeah. They do give context in the beginning, saying like, you know, we're not going to be here, so here's some old footage that you can watch of, you know, way back. For us, we don't do that. If we're going to, everything can be pre-scheduled on YouTube. So if we're traveling, like you saw there, we were gone for about a month and a half, and we had everything
loaded up,
scheduled. Like we had to work hard and film extra, but we had everything all done. And then while we were on our trip, the videos would just go out on schedule, just as they do. And then we would do live streams in whatever new country we were in, just to, you know, build that connectivity with our audience. But you can if you want. I mean, there's no like hard structure with YouTube. It's your channel. You can work it any way you want.
Yeah, I want to say two things to that. So one of the things we do is that when we have like a really long video, like for example, the presentations recorded like this, we'll repurpose that content and, you know, chop it up. Like let's say we're just on the slide right now, like this in itself can be a shorter video that we will release on our channel later. So because like you said, you never know how people are going to stumble upon your channel. Maybe they just want the answer to this, right? Versus watching the entire thing. But that's what's really cool about it. When you repurpose, you chop up your content like that and you repurpose it, with every one of those shorter videos, you have a link to the longer video if they want to watch more in the description. And that's good because you want people to stay longer on your channel. You want to increase your watch time because that's something that YouTube looks at in terms of the algorithm and helping to get ranked. So that's one thing you can do. And I think your question also involves like two different types of content. It's the content that is the now, like the fresh stuff and that appeals more to vlog type stuff. Like when we're traveling and everything, this is what's happening now. We want to release it on our channel ASAP because it's relevant right now. But then there's also evergreen content, which has that longer shelf life. People are always searching for it. Like for example, if you did a video on the story of why you decided to become a photographer, because you can keyword that as how to become a photographer, my personal story or something like that. And that will help many aspiring photographers in the years to come because they'll be searching for that.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Okay, so number 2 is the content. So the content itself, you have to focus on high quality content. So yes, we talked about consistency and the quantity of content in the beginning, but that's just in terms of having your schedule down. And once you do have that, you need to focus on the videos themselves. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean high production value, crazy cameras and like video work and mics and whatever. It doesn't necessarily need to be that. It just needs to be what are you saying in the video? What are you presenting? You have to give a ton of free value, and that value can come in many different forms. Like we have some examples there for you. It could be in the form of story videos, behind the scenes. I've seen photography channels where the guy will just kind of have his camera rolling while he sets up his tripod with his DSLR in front of the setting that wherever he's going to photograph, and he's just like talking to the camera as if it's a friend, like someone just watching him, what he's doing. And that's kind of like behind the scenes stuff, is then getting to see that kind of thing.
And that's not a hard type video to do. You're just literally explaining, what you're doing, your setup process, and that lets people know who you are and if they like your energy and if they want to hire you or learn from you. YouTube is a way to meet people without actually meeting people. They meet you because we actually do meet a lot of people who've seen our channel and they're like, oh, I know this and this about you, and like I have no idea who they are, and like they know so much about us because we put so much of these videos out. And it's really cool how these videos they do the selling for you almost, and the way that YouTube works is it's a freemium model. So you give a ton of content on your video. You provide value, whether it be a story or an entertainment piece, and then your description is where you lead them to where you want them to go. So if you want more Instagram followers, if you want to make sales on your prints, if you want people to go to your website, like that's where you lead them after providing. You give to them first and then you can ask from them after.
Yeah, people love to see the behind the scenes stuff, especially with like, with music or like the polished photo, or, everyone always sees the finished product, but they don't know what happened to get there. So sharing that side with your viewers, your followers, they're going to really connect with you on that. I heard someone, did someone want to ask a question? I heard someone's mic go.
Oh, no, sorry. I was just saying thank you.
Oh, okay. No problem. Just wanted to be sure. Okay, cool. So yeah, and there's many different other types of content you could do. I've seen photographers talk about gear specifically. They love talking about their gear and what
that leads
settings
into
they do, and
affiliate marketing as well,
which we'll talk about. Yeah. So these are just a few examples that I pulled up. I mean, you guys might know more about who these guys are than we do, but I just want to show you different examples of content, right? So Chris, he specifically likes to do tutorial style videos. You can see here he has like how to get the cinematic motion blur effect, or masterclass on mobile cinematography.
I think he's Canadian.
I turned this broken vintage German film camera into art. Like, just, you know, sharing what he's learned how to do and just making a video out of it. You want to focus on one topic. Try to, if you are doing these types of tutorial stuff, tutorial-based videos, focus on teaching one thing in one video at a time, because again, it's just more content for you. And then if you want later, you can compile all those videos together into one bigger video. That's, again, repurposing content. There's so many ideas, guys, endless ideas for content. Kai loves his gear. Like, he does a lot of videos just talking about his camera, lens. He does unboxings. And again, he not only gets people to see his stuff, like by leading them into his website and seeing his photos that he does, that he produces with this type of gear, but he also earns commissions on just talking about these products. And again, we'll go into more detail on that. Peter, he does more personal style stuff. Like, it's kind of a mix. He does some tutorials too, but you can see here he has a video on my YouTube studio setup. So maybe you can show your own setup or what you do when you're out in the field or something like that. There's a video here on my secret obsession. Like, again, just getting people to know like his own opinions. These are kind of commentary type stuff too. And then there's one more here. Thomas, he's talking about, like, he has a video sharing his road trip. He has a video sharing specifically about a certain photography project that he did. I see here photographing Patagonia. Yeah, so there's endless ideas, and I encourage you to look up some photographers that you follow. Maybe you follow them already on Instagram. Just see if they're on YouTube. Look them up and see what kinds of videos they're doing, and that will give you great ideas in terms of what kinds of videos that you could start to do. All right, so now once you have your content down, you're releasing one video a week every Wednesday, or whatever the case might be with your consistent schedule or publishing schedule. You want to know how to capture people who are searching for something in the search engines. How do you make your video pop up so that they can find your channel? So from that comes understanding how to rank your videos in the search engines, and that's YouTube search engine optimization. And this is mainly how we get people to discover us. Is just, you know, we don't do any paid
marketing.
Yeah, we don't do any paid marketing. Maybe if we're promoting a specific product, we'll throw an ad up. But in terms of just getting, like, this is all free organic traffic. People are finding our videos from the search engines on YouTube and on Google. Our videos pop up, and that's how they discover us. So search engine optimization is all about understanding how to put certain keywords in your video, in your titles, in your tags, and in your description of your YouTube video, so that when someone is searching for that keyword phrase, your video pops up, because you're telling YouTube that, hey, this video is about what gear I use to capture this kind of photo. So if someone's searching for that, then bring my video up in the search engines. And there's certain ways on how to do this, because there's a ton of videos on YouTube, right? So you have a lot, you do have a lot of competition in terms of those videos, but there are certain keyword phrases that your videos can rank for. And in order to find out what those phrases are, we use a tool called TubeBuddy. We love TubeBuddy. It's really like an automation tool for YouTubers. Many YouTubers use it. It does so many other different things, but we mainly love to use the Keyword Explorer portion of this tool. And it's a Chrome extension. So it's like a browser extension that you install. It like embeds itself into your YouTube channel.
It's very seamless, and you'll see these little TB logos, TubeBuddy, and they just make using your YouTube channel a lot easier. But the main tool that we use is the Keyword Explorer.
Yeah, so with TubeBuddy, they have this tool called Keyword Explorer. And whenever you are, you created a video on something, let's just say it's like you talking about your, I don't know, your Nikon D5500 or whatever it is, let's just say. You can tell we're not like gear experts. So you want to talk about your camera, right? So I would start off by typing that topic into the Keyword Explorer and see what comes up. Hit Explore. When you do that, it will tell you, it will give you a score out of 100, like you see here, whether or not your specific channel can rank for this keyword. So what it does is that it weighs how many videos are in the search results for this keyword. It weighs how often it's searched. So is it even in something that people are searching for? So you can see here there's two tabs. There's a weighted score and an unweighted score. So the unweighted score is a general score of whether or not, like I said, it looks at the competition and it looks at how often it's searched. But the weighted score is what you want to look at, because that is specifically looking at whether your channel can rank for it and not just a general score. So this is why we love TubeBuddy, is because it gives you that specific that channel score, whereas other tools, a lot of other tools just give you a general sense. So there's more accuracy with this. And we generally like to go to try to find something that's in the green area here. So it'll be a very good score or excellent score. Sometimes, depending on how saturated a keyword phrase is, you have to settle for the yellow, which is a good score. But I wouldn't go with anything in the red or orange because, again, you want to make sure it's something that you can rank for. And if you're typing something in and you don't get a good score, that's not to say that you shouldn't do a video about it. It just means that you need to kind of rework that phrase. So instead of just Nikon D5500 camera, maybe it's like,
how to use Nikon D55 camera for complete beginners.
Yeah, like get even more specific if you can. You know, if something is way too saturated, tons of search results, you want to kind of add in a little bit more words into that phrase so that it narrows things down a bit, and then from there you can kind of see whether or not you can rank for it.
This Keyword Explorer also gives you video ideas. So when you start to type in things there into the Explore search tab, it shows you what other people are looking for, and it gives you ideas. You might not have thought of, oh, I could do a video on that or that, on the Nikon or whatever. And so that's where we get a lot of ideas as well from TubeBuddy.
Yeah, this is a skill to learn as a YouTuber, is doing this YouTube SEO stuff. And because it's, there's a lot of, it's kind of on a case, it's not black and white. Like, it's not black and white in terms of just putting in the phrase and seeing if you get a good score or not. There's a lot of workarounds around it. So I actually created a full online course about it, going into detail, showing examples and everything. And TubeBuddy actually gave us a coupon code to share with those students, but I want to share that with you guys if you are interested in getting TubeBuddy, and that's what you see over here. If you want to check it out and you decide to purchase TubeBuddy, you can get 20% off with our promo code EssetinoBuddy. So any questions about this stuff? It's a lot of detail in SEO, but no?
Yeah.
Okay, I have one. Oh,
Yes,
you go,
go for it.
Carmen.
So does it mean that I can type in like a topic, like to see whether it will be like showing up in the search engine?
Yeah, so what I do when I just filmed a video, I'll ask myself, what would someone be typing into the search engines in order to find a video like this? Maybe it's a question, like for example, how Jewel said, how to use Nikon D5500, etc.
For beginners,
Maybe it's just like the review, like Nikon D5500 review. Like what value does my video provide, such that someone would be typing that in the search engine, and if they found that video, they would find exactly what they're looking for. So with the story type videos, you might need to get a little bit more creative because it's not as concrete. But like I said, if you are doing a video on how you became a photographer, just more personal kind of stuff, you can keyword it for something like how to become a fine art photographer, and then put colon my story or something like that. So that first part of your title has to be your main keyword phrase that you're ranking for. And then the second part of your title can be, you know, whatever you want to say, something unique about that specific topic. And once you do find a good keyword phrase to rank for, you put it in the beginning of the title, like I said, but also in the tags and also in your description. And your tags, you know, when you're going to upload a video, there's multiple tags that you could use. And TubeBuddy also helps with that because they'll show you the common used tags that the top videos are ranking for that main keyword phrase. So for example, again, going with the how to become a photographer, a fine art photographer, it'll show you your score, but it'll also show you these are some other tags, supporting tags, that the top videos that are ranking for this phrase are using. So you can use those too. You can leverage those tags and put them in your video as well, giving your video more juice and signaling to YouTube that this video should be associated with this phrase, and that's how you rank for it.
I see. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem.
Anyone else?
Yeah, I had a question.
Yeah.
It might be silly, I'm not sure, but I thought about it.
No question.
So as you add things to your title to try and make it in this light green, like the very good or excellent ratings,
Yeah.
do your titles ever get too long? Like, do you guys ever?
Yeah,
They can get
that's a really
long,
good
yeah.
question. And yes, they can. So because there's so many videos on YouTube now, right? You used to be able to find a very good, you actually still can, but it depends on the niche. Used to be able to find like a really good green score with like a 3-word phrase or a 4-word phrase. But yeah, now you kind of have to get even more creative and make it more like a full-on phrase with more words. And that's okay. That's okay that it's long. You have 100 characters to use in your title. And as long as that first part is your main keyword phrase, then the number of the amount of words don't matter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Adele? Yes.
This also might be another silly question, but you
Go for it.
purchase this TubeBuddy, and then let's say you have a couple ideas of how you want to, you know, make a YouTube. Would you try to do the keyword explorer before you make the video or after?
Also a really good question. These aren't silly questions. So we do both because, you know, I'll switch it up. Like sometimes I'll do like if I know I want to do a video on making money with YouTube, I'll do like some research, a little bit of research first to see like, oh, is this something that people are searching for? And it very much is. But like, you know, you can kind of start to see what kind of phrases are coming up. And from there, you can, you know, more concretely what the video is going to be about, because in your research, you might find that, oh, this phrase right here about making money on YouTube for photographers is a common searched phrase. So I'm gonna make it specific to photographers and do a video on that. So you could do it that way, which is great. But then sometimes you also just want to create videos because you want to create a video on that. Like we you know, we do the travel adventures, the vlogs.
It depends on your workflow. I know that there are YouTubers that specifically want to know if that is being searched and they target that only. So yeah, it really depends. And yeah, we do a mix of both. And we even do videos that we do like our vlogs and stuff, even though they aren't specifically highly searched, you know, us doing a hike here in Vancouver.
Yeah.
But we still do those kinds of videos so that people get to know us and our personality and things like that.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, no problem.
So I have a question.
Yes.
I guess, in terms of your business model, how do you make money?
So we'll definitely go into that. That's the second part of the
Everybody wants to know that.
presentation. There's many different ways to monetize through your YouTube channel. We do have online courses. We have what's called the Creative Business Academy, which we're building right now with more online courses. So people they learn from us on YouTube, and then if they want the full-on course, we send them to one of our courses.
We use YouTube as a funnel. So that's where all the traffic comes, because YouTube and Google are the same. So if you search on Google for a phrase, a lot of the times videos will pop up from YouTube. And so they put emphasis on video. We get the traffic, they come to our videos, we do our little spiel in the video, whatever we're teaching, and then we lead them down to the description of the video, and that's where all the selling happens. It either leads to our courses, it either leads to Amazon and we get an affiliate commission, or you even get, when you have a certain amount of subscribers, you need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours, that's when you can turn on ads. So like commercials, you get paid when people watch those commercials, or if they accidentally click on it when they're trying to skip it.
Yeah, we'll dive more
a YouTuber will get paid for that.
Yeah, there's many different ways. There's like the passive ways like that just kind of make money on its own because you're talking about different things. And then there's, your products and services. We also do consulting and that kind of thing. We have, we've also thrown up an Etsy store. We're not too active with it anymore, but like when I create videos on Etsy, people would they would filter into our store, and then we purchase, they'd purchase a product from us. There's merchandise, there's so many things that you could do. And we'll dive more into that soon. What time do we have? 7:35. Okay, we're good.
Okay.
No problem. All right, so the next key, oops, let me just minimize that. All right. So yeah, just keep in mind that YouTube is not, like with any social media platform, of course, it's not a one-way street. You don't want to just be posting and then leave it, and posting and then leave it. You want to engage in a conversation with your audience. You want to, whenever you get comments on your videos, respond to them, because that in fact also boosts your video, especially within the first 48 hours of it being released. If you're getting comments on that and you're responding to it, that activity, YouTube pays attention to that. And so that's even, that works to your favor in terms of growing your channel. One thing that we do is we actually, if you get certain comments or questions when people are commenting on a video, you can use that as ideas for more creation of more videos, as content creation ideas. So, for example, if we did like a video on like a certain Facebook topic, and they ask, yeah, but how do you do this specifically? Then we'll create a video on it. Again, you're just providing even more value to your audience, and you're showing them that you're present, you're active, you're there, you're listening, you're engaged with building in this community. And that's, again, only going to work more into your favor in terms of having them come to your website or wherever it is that you're actually making the sale.
When we first started our channel, anytime we got a comment, and back then it was manageable and we could respond to every single comment. Now we get so many comments, it's so hard to keep up with it, but we try to respond as much as we can. But initially, when you're first starting out, make sure to respond to every single comment. And even though they say like something simple like great tutorial, or that was a great story, use that as an opportunity to create more engagement, more conversation. Maybe turn it around and ask them a question. Like if you were doing a story video about how to become a photographer and they say, amazing story, inspiring, you can go around and comment back to them and ask them, are you trying to be a photographer as well? And then create that, the more engagement you have, you know, likes, comments, that kind of thing. Even if you get dislikes, YouTube doesn't care whether you get a thumbs up or a thumbs down. That's just activity to them. So it's actually cool when people do a dislike, because it just means you're boosting the video up.
It's all engagement. Yeah, it's all engagement. And if you notice that certain videos are doing well more than others, then do more of that type of content. If you enjoy it, of course. If it's not something you enjoy doing, then don't do it. You don't want to get stuck in a situation where you're creating content that you don't like, that you don't enjoy, but it's for other people just to get the views. That's not the name of the game here with YouTube. It's all a part of this this journey of creating what you love and having people feel that energy as they're watching you on the other side of that video, because that's very much communicated in the way that you speak and, you know, and everything that, you know, that you're passionate about, it comes across. I saw there was a chat message. Did we have a question in the chat? This one second.
Sorry, I was muted. We did have a chat message. So Jennifer was asking, do people have to watch the entire ad for the YouTuber to be paid?
No, so there are different types of ads on YouTube. There's the ones that are at the beginning, and they have different versions of them. So there'll be like the 6-second ones where you have to wait for the 6 seconds, or there's like 30 seconds, or there's even ones that are even longer. And after a certain amount of seconds, you can skip. Generally speaking, if it's the in-video ads, like if it's playing, and it's more than 30 seconds, if you watch at least 30 seconds, then that YouTuber is going to get paid. If you watch the full version of the 6 seconds, they're going to get paid. If you accidentally click on it, they're going to get paid. And also the banner ads that are actually on the video, or even not in the video, they're on the side, or they're at the top or something, they also get paid for those. And those rates vary. It depends on the different countries and the niche of the type of ads. So a lot of entrepreneurial topics get paid more because there's more competition, so people have to pay more to run those ads. So there's a whole science behind getting paid with Google Ads.
Did that answer your question, Jennifer?
Jennifer?
Yeah.
Oh, she said thanks. Yes.
Okay, awesome.
I have a question. I was posting on YouTube, and then I could only set a banner at the end on the video if I had 1,000 followers, I think, or a certain number of followers to my channel. Otherwise,
yeah. So YouTube, I think it was like maybe less than 2 years ago. Before, when we first started YouTube, everyone had access to monetization, turning on ads immediately, even if you had 0 subscribers. But then there was that whole, I don't know if you guys heard about adpocalypse with Walmart and things like that. Current events affect YouTube in a positive and negative way. So during that time, big corporations like Walmart were pulling their ads off of YouTube because there was a lot of like prank videos and videos that a company like Walmart didn't want their ads going on. So they restructured and they put in this new rule that you need to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours in order to turn on Google Ads to get paid. And they did that because they want to first verify you, and 2, they want to know that you're a real YouTuber, that you're actually not just doing it for whatever, and that you're actually going to be creating content and have a real channel. So they figure if you have 1,000 subscribers and you have 4,000 watch hours, then they'll turn on ads for you.
Okay, thank you. So wait, the 4,000 watch hours, is that people watching your content or you watching other people's content?
That is people watching your content, and that 4,000 watch hours has to be within a 12-month period.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So you definitely have to be serious.
Yeah.
This is why, you know, this foundation that you're building with having a consistent schedule, releasing, let's just say 1 video a week, and, you know, staying 1 step ahead of yourself in terms of planning out what videos you're going to do, filming them and just having them scheduled and continuously going out and just, you know, being responsive, responding to comments, having this well-oiled system of content creation, of producing videos on your channel, is your investment in this incubator, in this thing, right? Because that investment will pay off in different ways for you later on, as it has. We've seen this with in so many different industries. It's, you know, it's not just what we're doing. It's like we've seen it with our clients as well, have that success with photography channels. I mean, just look on YouTube and you can see all different types of content and people building full-on communities around what they're passionate about. And because of that connection, that relationship, it's all relationship building. People are coming onto your website, seeing, you know, checking out what you have to offer, buying from you. They want to buy from you. Once people get to know you more and, you know, they like you, they trust you, they want to give you money. As we've seen, they're like, what do you have that I can buy? You know, it's interesting. It's, yeah, it's definitely worth investing your time in. So just going over to the next slide here. The other thing as well, and this is also important to bring people back onto your website or wherever, whatever your goal is, you know, is to give clear call to actions in your videos. So actually say in your video, at the end of the video, what you want people to do. You know, if you're doing one of those story videos on how you came up with the concept for a certain image that you did, you can, at the end of the video, actually say, well, if you guys want to buy a print of this, then feel free to check out, you know, my store or my website. The link is in the description below. Give them one call to action. Usually one call to action is good per video. But, you know, that call to action might look differently as well. If you're just, you know, sharing, you know, you're doing your journey or whatever, it's not on a specific piece or a specific product or anything like that, then you might just ask for the subscribe. You might just say to people, you know, if you like my videos, if you like content like this, then please subscribe to the channel, show your support, and I'll be producing more good stuff is coming your way. So give people that clear call to action, and also reference other related videos. You know, if they watched this video that you created on a piece of gear and you also have another video that you created
that's like an accessory to that actual thing,
then reference that in the video. Say like, I have other related videos that you might want to check out if you like this. Links are in the description below. Your description will be your money maker. That is the gates, the doors into people actually coming to your website and buying from you. So give them that clear call to action. You can do it, you can say it in the video, you can put it actually on the screen. Like we used to have this catchy outro that would ask people to subscribe to the channel back when we first we were growing our channel. So you can get creative with this. So that's the foundation. Once you have that whole thing built, you have your consistent, consistent videos going out every so often, then you can start to layer these other things that you will be learning. So for example, thumbnails. I know we get a lot of people asking about, well, what about thumbnails?
And just to mention, thumbnails are the pictures that you see before the video plays. That's what entices you to click. That's called a YouTube thumbnail.
So yeah, when someone's searching on YouTube or on Google, that picture that you see that comes up, that is the thumbnail. That's the first thing that someone sees when they're scrolling through the search results. So you can improve that image. You can improve what picture shows so that, again, you're just giving more people reason to click on your video and actually watch it. So that can be, one project that you have and again, we put this as number 6 because we advise to really have your system down of content creation first. And then once you do have that, then you can start to look at, okay, maybe I can improve this piece of gear, or maybe I can improve the way I'm speaking on camera.
What we find is when we are coaching people, they think about the gear is number 1.
Yeah.
And they think, I want all the best stuff. I want this camera. I want them. What is all the best microphone and all this kind of stuff? And if you've never used any of that kind of stuff, you can easily get overwhelmed and trying to figure out how to do things. And so we say, no, focus on whatever gear you have and focus on the content creation. That is the muscle that you want to grow. If you cannot do content creation, thumbnails don't matter, gear doesn't matter, any like SEO doesn't matter if you cannot put a video out. And that is the hardest thing for new YouTubers.
Totally, yeah. Some people who don't, you know, they don't want to be bothered to purchase like a webcam or anything like that. As long as you have a smartphone with a decent camera, that is enough to get started on YouTube, really, like honestly.
And this is a photography class, so all you guys probably have DSLRs, so you all probably have good cameras.
Yeah. And then later, if you want, you can upgrade your gear. But honestly, the content is you. It's you. It's not your production. It's not like, oh, is the description perfect? Is, you know, it's you. They're coming to see you, and that's why we also say, be authentic, be real. Don't try to be someone else in your videos as well. Just share your journey with people, and that will come across as authentic, and people will connect with you more. So how are we doing for time? I want to talk about the second piece, how you're leading people into your channel or into your website. 7:49. Okay. Okay, awesome. So any questions before we dive into this piece?
I have one question. I don't know how relevant it is to this specific, but what I do, when I do my live sessions, and then I post them on YouTube. So whoever's searching through YouTube can find them. But then on my website, if you want to see the recorded sessions, you have to first, it's not just an easy click that takes you to YouTube. You have to enter your email, your name and email, so that at least if you're stumbling across my website and you want to see a recording of the session or anything I'm teaching, then you have to at least give me your email. Mm-hmm. Do you recommend doing that, or do you recommend not doing that so people won't be discouraged from just watching your content?
So because this is, especially if they have no idea who you are or what you're like, they might be hesitant to give their email to see that kind of information. What I would do is embed those videos on your website, and every video that you put on YouTube, if you go down in the share buttons area, there's a thing called embed, and you can embed the videos. And when you embed them, and they play on your website, you still get YouTube views because it's still using the YouTube player.
I see.
So it still benefits you.
I see, but I won't be able to get emails from people who just want to watch my video.
No, but you would put you'd put your that whole thing to capture emails in the description of your videos.
So I'll give you an example. What we did. So I created a PDF guide, which you guys will have access to. It's totally free. It's a PDF guide on content planning for YouTube. It's video ideas, 12 video ideas for you to dive into and start filming and releasing on your channel. So I did a video just showing them a few pages of what that guide looks like, talking about it, the benefits of it, put it on my YouTube channel, and feed, from there, if people want to download it, then they can come to my website to give me their email address and download it. So I'm doing more the marketing and the warming up and people getting to see me and know me from my YouTube channel. And then the call to action where they actually do take action to download it, to give me their email address, is on the website. So you can do it in that sense by, putting those videos on your YouTube channel, and then maybe you ask them to give you your email address to download that PDF, your ebook that you have, for example.
Yeah. I have that. Like I do have pop-ups with free PDF downloads, and then my email. They have that. I just didn't know if it's good to send people from my website to YouTube and give them the free video, or should I at least cash in and get their email first? Would that discourage them from actually seeing the YouTube video?
Well, for us, we're all about giving first. So
Yeah.
we do the video first and then we ask after.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. You said it perfectly. And because those videos are public on your channel, anyone can also stumble upon them. So if you do want to give value in the form of a video, you know, asking for a subscribe and then having them watch a video that is not public on your YouTube channel, you can do that. You can just set the video, you can upload it to your YouTube channel, but set it as unlisted, so that only the people who
Have the link.
who have subscribed to your email address, those people who have the link, you send them the link, they'll be able to view it, and it's not public on your YouTube channel. It won't be able to be searched for.
Yeah, I see. Okay. All right. Thank you.
No problem. Any other questions? Okay. Okay, awesome. So we have, about half an hour. So I want to run through this. We actually touched upon some of it too from your questions. So we'll run through this here. The first way to monetize, you're going to share 5 different ways. The first way here is through YouTube monetization, which we talked about. So these are the different, you can see here what Jewel was talking about is the placement of the ads. Yeah.
And you can actually choose, you can see all the check marks there. You can choose which ones you want. Obviously, we turn on all of them because we want all the different ways for the ads. And it's once you get the 1,000 subscribers and the 4,000 watch hours.
Yeah, so whenever someone clicks on it or views it, you make money from that. And, you know, it's cents here and there. But the thing is that it's because there's so much else involved in terms of, you know, the advertisers, who's advertising on what videos and what's going on in the world and it affecting YouTube and the people who are online. It's quite, you know, unpredictable as well. It fluctuates. It's not easily predicted. And yeah, you do need to be approved for actually, you know, being able to make money through ads here. This is why we share other ways for making money with your YouTube channel, because it's not something that you can rely on. The money that comes from the ads is like bonus money. It's extra.
You don't ever want to rely on it because it's great right now because, you know, with this whole thing happening, everyone went on YouTube and then the revenue skyrocketed. But during Adpocalypse, when Walmart and all those people were pulling out, everybody's revenue was going down. So that's why this is just like icing cake money, and you don't, it's nice, but you want to have multiple streams of income that your YouTube channel is generating.
Yeah. And it's not like a direct correlation. Like the bigger your channel is doesn't necessarily mean you're making more money. We actually found out just from watching other YouTubers' videos and stuff about how much money they make. In some cases, we're making more money from ads than these channels that have millions of subscribers. So there's so many different variables involved. It depends on the type of your channel,
the topic, the location, the type of, like, if there are ads to be run on your video. For example, if you just do like vlog videos and you're not doing proper keyword research or anything like that, advertisers cannot find you to put their ads on videos. We have, because we do SEO, search engine optimization, on our videos are highly searchable to the public. So advertisers want to put their ads on our videos because our videos get views by the public and they can find our videos. So the easier you make it to be found on YouTube, the better your chances for ad revenue.
And here is a graph showing you our channel analytics. This is the ad revenue that we made from our YouTube channel in 2019. It's over 17,000 Canadian, because the number that they show you there is US. And you can just see how much it fluctuates, goes up and down, not just like in these little individual waves, but as a whole as well. You can see there's dips, there's, you know, it's not something that you want to rely on. So that's what I wanted to illustrate here with this graph. And you know, in some cases, like what happened, this is 2020, since the beginning of the year, because everyone is, you know, went online, and people are still going to be online, you know, just because, you know, if this thing dies down and things go back to normal, I still think that a lot of people will be building new habits right now where they're looking for ways to just be more online and just learn more from people and connect with people online because of everything that happened. So keep that in mind as well.
Yeah, so you can see here, 2020, this is a screenshot taken from June 7th, and we're not in the whole year yet, and we're going to surpass last year's because in March, everybody, the world just flipped to online in like a day.
And all of the strategies that we shared with you, that's what we were doing. Like, that's what we were doing, just consistently pumping out content, seeing what was working in terms of videos, what were people watching more of, and creating more content and engaging, responding, doing our SEO. Like with every single video, it's optimized with keywords. It's out there working for us. So put all of those things together, but also this is just one revenue stream. It's a passive stream. It's just a result of you creating videos and monetizing your channel. But how else can you make money from your YouTube channel? So this is one thing that you might want to lead people into, is if you're selling digital prints, it might be on your own website. It might be on some other site that's out there. I have, you know, even Etsy or photography sites. You might be licensing your photos through stock photography sites as well. So wherever you're asking for the sale, put those links in the description and relate it to the type of videos that you're creating. So I gave the example here of behind the scenes stuff. If you're actually in the field and you're doing a video like what I mentioned with that guy, he was just kind of talking to the camera, like setting his stuff up. I'm gonna do this. I really want to capture that horizon, and I want to put it in this position because I want to do this on Photoshop, and you know, just showing that kind of behind the scenes thing, or a story video talking specifically about a certain image. Give people that call to action at the end of the video if they want to buy that print, if, you know, whatever is associated with that, with what you were talking about in your video, lead them to the description to purchase from you.
And, you know, doing like uploading onto sites that do digital work, it can be quite lucrative and it can be passive. Mm-hmm. And, you know, the digital media world is just getting more and more. Like, people want stock photos, people want stock video, stock music, stock sound effects, stock audio. Like, this kind of stuff is only growing and growing. So if you're going to be taking photos of things, you might as well be uploading them to these kinds of sites if you want to sell them, if you want, you know, to release it out into public for people, because this kind of digital media can be a nice passive income.
Yeah, and you can, it doesn't have to be digital prints. You could get creative.
Physical prints.
Well, yeah, that's another thing too, but like other types of digital products. Like, for example, if you're doing a tutorial in Photoshop, just kind of showing people how, you know, what you did with a certain photo. Yeah.
People sell presets of things. The shading or the color, whatever you do, Sharon, you know, to make a photo look good with the landscape, you can save that preset and then sell that. Like, people want that, you know, because they want to just put it on their photo and have it look the way yours looks.
Yeah, and they're making a lot of money just selling those presets. It's crazy.
Yeah, I know.
And that's the other thing that, you know, Jewel was mentioning too, is your physical prints or products. You could have your work printed on different pieces of merchandise, like, you know, cell phone cases, different tech accessories, t-shirts,
canvas prints.
There's so many different things, and you can either have them come to your website to purchase that specific thing, and then you ship it out to them.
And you manufacture it.
Yeah, and you manufacture it, and then you ship it out to them. Or you can automate it with something that's called print on demand. And print on demand is a way for you to just kind of upload your image, your design on any one of these products. And then when someone actually purchases from your store, that order gets sent to a company like Redbubble or Fine Art America or any of the, there's lots of them. They print your image on the product and they send out the order directly to your customers. So you're not dealing with like a bunch of t-shirts in your garage or anything like that. You don't have the items with you. It's like print on demand. It's made to order.
Yeah, we used an example is we used to do print on demand with merch by Amazon and also Redbubble, and we also do Teespring. And we took one image that Arit designed. She also does like graphics and stuff. And we took that one image and we uploaded it to Amazon, Redbubble, Teespring. And they're all there on different products, on sweatshirts, on t-shirts, on cases. Redbubble does a lot of stickers and things like that. And when it sells, we just get an email notification that it's sold, and those particular companies take care of the shipping, the invoicing, and customer service if there are returns. So that was really hands-off, and you just focus on, the pictures, like creating your images.
Yeah, just one thing I want to mention about these companies is you have to be careful with which photos you give them, which photos you sell there, because you have to read the fine print. And then if you upload a photo to their website to be printed on their merchandise, you might be selling off the rights to that print.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you definitely have to be okay with that. So you obviously have to choose your images carefully. But this is
where you'd want like your A-rated photos, the photos that you do not sell, give the rights to, and then your B-rated photos that you can give to these websites and sell them.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's a great point. Yeah, you can keep your A-rated photos for actually like selling the originals, right, on Canvas or anything like that.
Or limited editions,
yes,
like that. But then the so-so images that didn't quite make the cut, they're nice. They're also good, not as, but similar, because you can always tell them, I took 2 shots. They look very much the same, but this is the one I processed different. This is the one I worked on much differently. And then you give them the not so good one.
That's a video in itself too, like showing the different versions and how, the evolution of an image and them deciding what they want to purchase, which version they want to purchase. And with this video too, or these videos that you're creating, keep in mind is that you're not selling. You're not saying like, oh, if you want to get this, image, like you're not doing that throughout the entire video. That's a call to action at the end. What you're doing in the video is providing value, is telling the story, is just showing.
You're getting someone emotionally connected.
Like a friend. You're talking to a friend.
Yeah, you're getting them curious to know more.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then, there was a very good book I was reading by Donald Miller, Marketing. Anyway, he says every relationship, no matter what kind of relationship, has 3 phases. And I can't remember what all 3, but the first one is curiosity. The second one is enlightenment, meaning they're getting to know you better. They're getting to know the product better. They're getting to know something better. And then the last one is commitment. The third one is commitment. They've either committed to you in a relationship or they committed to purchase something. So the first one is very important, is that curiosity. You need to arouse their curiosity so that they would want to learn more.
Yes, absolutely. And that enlightenment piece is also important because, if your content is educational, you're just showing them how you do this piece in Photoshop here, or, you're sharing how you're producing these images. You're in some way influencing them. You are influencing them. Because you're teaching them something, you're making them think differently about something, you're sharing a new perspective. So that influence, again, leads to that commitment. You're gaining trust with them.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. All right, so number 4 is the affiliate marketing, which we touched upon. So if you are doing videos on any of your gear, software tools, Photoshop, like any of this kind of stuff, you can earn a commission just from the fact that you're talking about it. So do you want to explain a little bit more about Amazon, that kind of thing?
Yeah, so how we use the affiliate marketing is we talk about the gear that we use for YouTubers. And in specific, this setup right now, this USB microphone, this Logitech webcam, I do videos talking about this basic setup because we do a lot of traveling. So I want a setup that's really light that we can attach to our laptop and not bring heavy microphones or heavy cameras, that kind of thing. And so we just share that. We just share the setup. And then in the description, like what I say as a call to action at the end of the video, I'll say something like, so if you guys want to check these out, I'll have the Amazon links down in the description below. Amazon, everybody knows Amazon is trusted. It's not a hard sell. It's like everybody knows that you just get everything on Amazon. And when you have your affiliate link, which it's free to sign up for an Amazon, it's called an Amazon Associates account. And when it's free and you can basically find any product on there, get your affiliate link, which is directly linked to your account. When anybody clicks on that and buys something, they don't necessarily have to buy this camera or this microphone. If they buy some makeup or some clothing, we'll get a commission off of that because we led them to Amazon. And that's Amazon's agreement with their affiliates. Not every affiliate program is like that. So it's really cool to see in our dashboard of affiliate sales, you'll see all kinds of random things that people buy. I don't know who they are. I just see like all these different kinds of things that we did not market because we only market like, this kind of stuff like cameras and like microphones.
Sometimes they do actually buy the products that we do recommend, but it's just funny
like
to
you'll
see
get
that.
commission off of hair dye or popcorn or some weird stuff, and it's cool because I mean it's small percentages, but again it all adds up. And when you have all these videos and you have these people, you have a video that went viral and you have your links in there, it all adds up. And so it doesn't have to just be Amazon. There are like Walmart. There's all different B&H photo.
So
like,
how do I just say I'm teaching long exposure photography and I want to promote a specific neutral density filter and that's being sold on Amazon and I want to become their affiliate. Do I need to contact the product manufacturer or do I just do it automatically on Amazon? I just get that affiliate tab and say, go buy this filter on Amazon and.
Yep. So we have a tutorial on how to sign up for a free Amazon Associates account. It goes through the whole thing, and you just basically get a free account. And then I show you in the video how to type in like your neutral density filter, and then find that one that you want to share, and you grab that link and just paste it in your description.
Yeah, and that's your personal link that you can use to promote that product. There's endless products on Amazon, so you could talk about a lot of different things, make it relevant to your type of channel, of course, but you can do this with Adobe. Like you guys probably use a lot of different Adobe tools, like Photoshop and everything. They have an affiliate program where if you're just showing something on Photoshop, you can just have the link for people to actually purchase it. Because sometimes they do, like you think that if they're stumbling upon this tutorial, they should already have Photoshop, but you'd be surprised. Like some people just want to see how it's done first, and then they'll decide whether to buy the software.
Yeah.
So don't, pre-make those decisions for people. Just whatever it is that you're showcasing, put those links in the description. And you can even do this with other people's online courses as well. Like if you've learned something that you're sharing in a video from someone and you want to give a shout out to them, you can earn a commission off of that too. It depends, of course, where they have their course and listed, but there's affiliate programs for different types of teaching platforms.
I have another question, and this is probably so if I'm a fine art photographer and I want my website to look very classy and nice, and I don't want to look like I'm just selling, how can I make this kind of affiliate thing at the bottom of my page look elegant and not kind of turn it into a marketplace?
So you can, first of all, you can on your website call it like, you know, photo essentials, or make it into like a toolkit page,
Toolbox.
a tool, like a resources.
I see.
Title
Okay.
it like that. So it's like, oh, Sharon's sharing all these resources that she.
I see.
And
So kind of do a smart spin on it. What's in my camera? What's in my camera
Yeah,
bag?
Exactly. Yeah.
Things like that.
We
And
even
okay.
have that video with, like, we created a video on what's in my camera bag, and this is like about YouTuber gear, and then we show it, and then we put all those links in the description. We have that on our website too, on esatinoartist.com. There's a specific tab that says resources, and in that we have it grouped in different, these are all things that we use, we like, we trust, and and we have it segregated into different things. So there's like a simple YouTuber setup. There's, for outdoor filming for YouTube videos. There's books even that we've read that we recommend.
Because people have now associated us as a go-to resource. So, when people ask us, what do you use for that? Well, how did you get that? We just send them our affiliate links. And it's like, we're not selling it. Like, they're asking us. It's just we positioned ourselves to be a resource for people.
Yeah.
And also a very important thing about affiliate marketing and YouTube, make sure that whatever you're promoting, you actually like it and that you've used it, because there's a lot of YouTubers that just, they've never used that product before, but they just sign up for the affiliate and then they just share it out, and it might not be a good product or service. You just always want to have that integrity with your audience, because all it takes is one time for you to recommend something horrible and they'll not trust you anymore. They'll not buy from you anymore. So
That's true, and that person could write a review on you on Google or somewhere and say these. Just cash.
So, we get a lot of emails from people wanting to send us free stuff, softwares and all these kinds of stuff, but we have to be very picky about what we choose, make sure our audience is going to like it. We always try it first to make sure that it's good. And then if it works out, then we promote it.
Yeah, awesome.
And the fifth way is sponsored videos. So when you start to grow your channel, you will get companies, different brands reaching out to you, like Jewel said, asking, they'll either send you their product for free, and then you do a video on it, or they'll actually pay you to create that video,
or they'll do both,
or they'll pay you for any sales made on that, the video that you produced. If you make any sales of that product, again, it ties into the affiliate a little bit, you'll make a commission off of that. And the thing is, you don't need to be some like big shot 1,000, so many subscribers for this to happen. But it is one way to monetize, and just, keep in mind that, like Jewel said, it's very important that you actually believe in the product and you've tried it out yourself, rather than just creating the video for the sake of the monetization. This is my music channel, and I actually just got approved for YouTube monetization. So I just hit the 1,000 past 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours within a 12-month period. And this was in May that I got approved. So I've made my first $30. Yay! Exciting.
US, that's in US.
For ad revenue. But the cool thing is that even before I earned this revenue, I've already made a little over $1,000 just from sponsorship videos, because different music companies, like different music tools and stuff that I've already used, they reached out to me and asked if I would be interested in creating a video on their product. And so they actually paid me to create those videos. And as you can see, I just have like over 1,000 subscribers.
There's a lot of companies now that reach out to micro influencers.
Yes.
So just because you don't have 1 million, whatever, doesn't mean that you won't be contacted. Like our channel, before it even hit 5,000 subscribers, we were getting contacted, and like Arit, she barely had like, I think you had like less than 1,300 subscribers, and they reached out wanting to do a paid sponsored review. And it's all the way, it's, when you position yourself on YouTube, you have your videos, you're doing them nicely, you're providing value. Like he obviously watched Arit's videos, and she's she's putting out her music, but she's also helping other musicians. So she's showing her process on how she got her music on Spotify, how she's getting it on there, how did she create her album cover. And she's sharing her musical journey process. And in doing that, in helping other artists, music artists, you know, she's gaining a following and people listen to her songs, they buy her songs.
Yeah.
And so it's the same thing can happen for you guys as photographers, you know, sharing your photography journey on how you're going to be this type of photographer or do this as a profession. That this kind of journey, this is the type of channel that you can do.
I just had a comment or a question maybe.
Yeah.
So a long time ago, I did a video, long exposure video on YouTube, and I did a slideshow. And it got a lot of hits, like 250,000 hits.
Whoa,
It went viral. It was at the day where it was at the time where long exposure was just starting.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have a lot of competition. But the mistake that I made was that I used a song that I didn't have the rights to use as background for the slideshow.
Yeah.
So I was not allowed to capitalize on that video because I didn't have copyrights to everything within that video.
Yeah.
So that is something that you really have to keep in mind when you're putting up content on YouTube. If you are buying a song, that you have the rights to use the song on YouTube, even if it's just background music. But if you're just, even if I bought the song, I was a Karen Ann song and I paid like $1 for it on iTunes or something, but I'm still not allowed to make money off it on a video on YouTube. So you really have to learn the little fine print when it comes to those things.
When was that video released, Sharon?
Probably a while.
2011, 2000.
Yeah.
Okay.
So back then they were super strict about using copyrighted music that belonged to major artists. Now they're a little bit more lenient. You actually share the revenue. So like Arik did a cover song she did a cover song of one of Justin Timberlake's songs, and she actually, that video shares revenue with him.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now they're cool with it and you have to share revenue.
So I could actually go back to that video and relook at the ads.
You can and see, it depends on the artist. Some artists are like, no,
They don't want to
do not use my song. But most artists these days are now cool with it. Another thing is that because this whole thing happened, it really hit a lot of channels. And so a new emergence of copyright-free music has been born, and there are tons of free channels on SoundCloud. There are artists that specifically only make copyright-free music so that YouTubers can use it in their videos, vlogs, that type of thing. And in exchange for using that artist's music, you put their links. So you put their Instagram, you put their YouTube or whatever. It's like they make the song so that it's used by other people. And then when other people see that, then it's like exposure for them. So it's like this whole intertwined thing that happens on YouTube.
Yeah. Okay, awesome.
So just really quickly here, this is what our description looks like. It is long, and it's okay that it is long because, you know, once you're providing value in your video, you want to give people those call to actions. Yours, you know, you might not be putting so many links, but it's how you organize it that's going to really be important. So, you know, make sure that your first call to action that's relevant to the video that you just did is at the forefront. It's at the very top. It's got, you know, arrows and or emojis. You're making it known that this is something important here with the link. And then, you know, this video that we did is actually on the YouTube Partner Program. So we talk more about monetization and everything. So all of the links in here are relevant in that there are more resources for YouTubers because the person that's finding this video is likely a YouTuber. So make sure you're providing the relevant resources to the video that you're creating. And you can even, you should be linking to other videos on your channel as well that also are in that same kind of topic because you want people to watch more of your stuff. So you can see here, we also have our
Our
gear
gear.
list too. And this is something to keep in mind as well, is that you don't necessarily need to be doing a product review to put your gear in the description. You can just, you know, be doing one of your story videos, like sharing or behind the scenes or whatever. And because, you know, you're using your gear to showcase whatever it is that you're talking about, you don't even have to say, like, you know, to purchase it or anything. Just put your gear in the description, your gear links in the description, because people watching that video might be curious as to what it is that you're actually using to produce that image. So these are all affiliate links. Like, these are all links that we grabbed from Amazon. We looked up that camera or whatever it is, and we grabbed our link and pasted it in here. And then at the end, you know, we always put our schedule, our weekly schedule here with links to specific playlists that we have, and then our contact information. So
And
this is what
you'd
we
be
mean.
surprised, like, obviously there's a ton of links there, but people
Yeah.
will pick and choose what they want to do.
Yeah.
And so sometimes they'll just go straight to the bottom and just contact us, or they'll go and check out that course. But it's like, it's all there for them to go through and choose. And this is a typical description that we have on our YouTube channel.
Yeah. So in a sense, this is what it looks like, right? You're getting your videos in front of the traffic that's already on YouTube. You're not doing the hard work to find that traffic or to go look for it and to pull them into your website. Your videos are getting in front of it by having, you know, by producing good content consistently, and by doing that SEO, they'll be able to find your videos. You are warming them up to who you are. They get to know, like, and trust you. And from there, you can be making money with ads on your website, or if you have your images on
the print
stock,
on demand stuff.
Yeah, or even print on demand, affiliate income as well, and then also sponsor websites as well. So many different types. It filters into many different ways to make money with having a YouTube channel. Any questions at this point?
I have some questions.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. So, well, I wrote them all down. Okay, so if you don't want to put people's links in your YouTube video for their music, where do you buy copyright-free music? I can just Google it.
The website that we use is artlist.io, and I like this model of paid copyright-free music, because you pay a subscription monthly and you get unlimited downloads of the songs. Usually on other websites, it's you get a certain amount per month, or you have to pay per song, or you have to pay per like if you have a certain amount of views, and there's like a lot more legality. But artlist.io.
Artlist.io?
Sorry?
Yeah.
Artlist.io.
Yes.
Yeah.
They've taken the pain point of YouTubers, and they've just made this unlimited download subscription thing, and I love it. Like,
and they're high quality, really good, like different songs, all different genres, and you can easily filter through like the mood, or they have good filters in terms of finding what you need in a song.
Cool, thanks. And then I have one more question. My other question was, how many ads do you put on a video? And do you get to choose? And what do you recommend?
So we don't choose what type of ads or how many ads. What we choose is if we turn them on or if we turn them off, and if it's going to be the
placement of it.
The placement of the videos.
Okay.
So if it's like in the middle or it's the banner thing, you saw the different options there. I pretty much just turn all of them on. But if you do your proper SEO research and you keyword your videos properly, like, I know that our videos are going to have like entrepreneurial type people, because that's what we're talking about, and we've keyworded it that way so that they can specifically place their ads on those videos. Like, you know, someone selling an Etsy course does not want to put it on a vlog video. They want to put an Etsy course ad on our Etsy video. So when you get really good at SEO, then you get the people paying a higher dollar to get these custom ads on your videos.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Could you say again, is it Artlist?
Yeah, LIST.io.
.io.
I'll write it in the chat.
Dot what?
Oh yeah, that's
Art
.habitat.
.io.
Dot
But I
io.
think Sharon's going to be typing it into the chat.
Yeah, I typed it into the chat.
Oh,
Exactly.
okay.
Yes, yeah, there you go.
Thank you.
Yeah, perfect. Any other questions? Okay. So I'll just share a resource with you guys and then we'll wrap this up. If it wants to move. Just to kind of summarize everything that we talked about, there's many different ways to monetize your YouTube channel. Your job though, this is really important, is that all you're doing is you're feeding the channel with great quality content consistently. And that's what's going to pay you back. So focus on quality content. Don't necessarily, focus on like, oh, should I be creating this video because it will make me more money with the ads in the long run or anything like that. Just focus on creating quality content that you enjoy to create and then harnessing this community that you're growing. You're growing a loyal following. And just keep in mind too is that, we threw a lot of information at you in this presentation. Because we wanted to really show you like just kind of from all different angles what it's like to be a YouTuber. But you don't need to do all of it. It's just here giving you a lot of different ideas. If you just want to create one specific type of video, all you want to do is just creating like story type videos and then just putting your link to your website where people can buy from you. You can do that. You can simplify things that way, no problem. Just take things one step at a time. And again, remembering to build that foundation first with releasing videos consistently and choose the method that aligns with your existing goals. So, you don't have to do the stock photography stuff if you don't want to. And there's just so many different ways. So just keep that in mind. I do have a PDF guide on our website that you can download, and this is a guide that I spend a lot of time creating. It's 11 pages. I really want to help people with just that first step, which is generating ideas for YouTube videos, and also what to say in the videos as well. So I have 12 ideas, ready to film YouTube video ideas. And it's a guide for creative entrepreneurs, and I actually even use I think I use some examples for photographers in there too, so it is relevant to your niche. And with every single idea, I ask you certain questions and give you certain prompts so that as you're writing the answers on a piece of paper or in your journal, you will already have the outline or speaking points for what to say when you actually go film the video. So if you're releasing one video, your publishing schedule is one video a week on your channel, then this will set you up for 90 days worth of content. So, and in that guide too, I'll give you more resources to grow in your channel as well in terms of setup and everything. So that can be downloaded at our website, essetinoartist.com. And yeah, that concludes this lovely conversation with you guys. We want to encourage you to please feel free to reach out to us. If you have a question pop up later down the road, if you want to get on a call with us, we'd be happy to do that, just to kind of throw ideas around for what you want to do with the YouTube channel or what you need to do to get started. We are offering a 30-minute clarity call, and you can email me. You can write down my email address there, and yeah, and we can connect from there.
This has been amazing. You guys are awesome.
Yeah.
My God, I could pick your brain for hours and hours and hours.
We live and breathe this stuff. So.
Yeah, yeah. This is.
You can tell how like passionate you are about it. It makes it more
Yeah,
fun.
absolutely.
I'm
Thank
glad
you.
that comes across. Thank
I'm
you.
glad you didn't become a doctor and nurse.
Me too. Me too.
Oh,
Yes.
this has been great. Well, thank you. Does anybody have questions at all, or want to comment or say anything, or just?
Yeah, there are no stupid questions.
There aren't.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Welcome,
was really excellent.
I have to say it's a lot of information to digest, especially
Yeah.
for somebody
It
who
is.
didn't grow up with the computer world.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I've been recording it, so we'll have the recording if anybody wants to kind of go through it again.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
absolutely.
And Jennifer says thank you as well. Share microphone.
Thank you very
You're
much.
welcome.
You're very, very welcome.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
Okay.
we've
Thank you
had
so
people
much.
like we've coached people who also don't have any, you know, they haven't even touched YouTube, they haven't even watched YouTube videos or anything like that. It is a lot to learn, but that's really the key, is just one step at a time. Just it's a ladder to climb, but it's a worthwhile ladder. You know, it's investing in yourself, and it continues to work for you in the years to come too. This is why we love it so much, and you can do so much with it and do what you're passionate about. You could do what you love. You know, you're not forced into a certain business model or anything like that. It's just you being you. So that's why we love it so much.
And the age range of people that watch YouTube, is it all ages or is
Yeah, it depends on your topics.
Yeah.
For us, we actually are like, we have an older
have an older
audience,
crowd,
like
yeah.
are older than us, like our parents type age. We have that kind of an audience.
Parents type age, nice. Yeah, it depends on your personality and who you are. That's the kind of demographic that you'll attract. And but I mean, yeah, all different kinds of ages in terms of who is on the platform. Yeah,
Thank you. Thank you
you're
very much.
very welcome.
Thank you very
Awesome,
much.
guys. So
Okay. So yeah, you guys were great. I'll just stop the screen sharing. Maybe I'll stop the recording as well. I'll stop.